Hello, my name is Matt Trainer. Some of you may know me, some of you may not. In any event, if you are even watching this for 10 seconds, 10 seconds of your time in this crazy thing we call life right now, with all the attention that you could put on something, thank you. I'm grateful for the time. I'm grateful that you would even click on this video even once. So for those of you who've watched until now, I'm going to share a little bit of my story and kind of go on from there. Somebody, somewhere, something is going to speak to somebody that I may share in this video. And if it doesn't speak to you directly, if some of these things aren't applicable in your own lives, then share it with somebody who it might affect. But I'm 28. Today is April 8th, 2016. In December, I'll be 29. And when I was 15 years old, I remember laying in bed and I had a vision. I didn't really know what it was at the time, but I was getting ready to go to sleep, and I had a vision of pretty much my life and what I felt like I was put on the earth to do. And ever since that point, every season of my life has uniquely equipped me for who I am today. And from that point, I started at 17 working at LA Fitness in Turnersville, New Jersey. And from there, I worked at a bank and did some various things. And, I had a sales job, and then I got laid off. And during this whole process, I was pursuing my passion, which was training, which is helping people get better and using exercise and athletics as a tool to tap into helping people get better. But at the same time, I was making myself better, because you can only give what you have. And every single day that I was getting better, I was able to provide more value to the lives that I invariably touched, or by the way of how life unfolds, the people that were brought into my life, whether it was for a day, a month, or even, 28 years. So I have a awesome wife. Her name's Danielle. She's behind the camera right now. And I have a 9-year-old, soon to be 10-year-old stepdaughter. Her name is Willow. So my perspective has shifted over the last 28 years, particularly since I've turned 21. And something inside of me every single day has been greater than the noise around me. Now, there have been times when the noise around me crowded out the voice within me, but at the same time, it always roared back. My voice always came back stronger and louder. And the voice that I'm talking about is the vision, the vision that I felt like I've been put on this earth to do. And along the way, there are people who will 100% be sold out for you, and then there'll be people who are 100% against you, whether directly or indirectly. That's just how it works. There's both sides of it. If everybody's always supported you, or if everybody always hated you, there would be no variety. And I feel like variety is the spice of life, as they say. But variety keeps you on your toes. And if everything was the same all the time, you'd be in the Lego movie. And we need variety. So with that being said, it's so important to surround yourself with people who really believe in you, and believe in you, not what you tell them, but not necessarily what you tell them, but what you're going to do, or what you're capable of doing. Whether it's, in one part of your life, you're supposed to be a professional baseball player and that falls short, but that person is supporting that because that's where you are in your life. People who are sold out, not for where you're going necessarily, but who you are. And I think having those people around you to make sure you stay focused to where you're going is essential, because it's easy to one day think you're going here and then the next day think you're going there. And that's normal, and that's okay. But at the same time, when you have a group of people around you who support you no matter what, it helps you get there, as opposed to people who are hating on you, naysaying, saying you can't. The limitations that people put on you are really the limitations they have on themselves. So wherever you are in life and wherever you're going, whatever your dream is, if you have a dream, I'm sure we all have a dream, but at the same time, 9-to-5 jobs suffocate me. They suffocate me. They take the life out of me, because that's not what God built me for. That's why not why I am put here. I wasn't born to work a 9-to-5 job. And people who are born that way, God gave people the grace to do those things. He gave them the empowerment. He put something in their DNA that allowed them to function like that, because we need those people. We need you. If you're in that, maybe you're the 180,000 employee that's ever been, given an opportunity at GE or anything like that. You are equally as important. If that's your lane, If that is where you're supposed to be, then that is the safest place for you to be. How dare me come and tell you, oh, a 9 to 5 isn't for you, because we're not built the same way. So wherever you are, I know people's intentions are pure, I guess, but I know where I'm going. I know where I'm taking my family, and I know where this movement is going. And I have the end in mind. So you guys see episode 28, today's episode 29. I see episode 7,419. That's what I see. And I'm going backwards from where I see this whole thing going. So with that being said, those of you who've been following my journey even a little bit, friends, family, the only reason why I made this decision was because Danielle, my wife, said, okay, I'm okay with it. So I had a job at the post office. Had is the past tense thing. We decided that life is way too short, and I felt suffocated. And if you're suffocated, if you're in a season of your life where you're suffocated, take a step, take a leap. You know, your voice is the only thing that truly matters. You know, your family, yeah, God, all the things that people say are important, but what you're here for, the voice you have inside of you, what makes you come alive every day. If you don't wake up saying, I can't wait to go do this today, check where you are. Self-reflect, be self-aware enough and say, what am I doing with my life? Where am I? Because it happens quick. So government job, I have a government job at the post office, 28 years old, pension, all this stuff, looks all great to the outside, but that's not my dream. That's not what God put in me. And it's okay. I'm okay with that. So, with that being said, you have no excuse. I am jumping out from something that the world says is secure because I'd rather live my life congruent to who I am than to hear and pay attention to all the voices around me. That's my encouragement to you. Who cares what people say? Who cares? Because at the end of the day, it's not their life, it's your life. And you might be born for a 9 to 5, and that's awesome. And I want to encourage you to run that race the best way you can. Maybe you wake up and you love what you do, and that's awesome. But it's not for me, and I'm okay with that. My wife is okay with that, and we're going somewhere. And I'm gonna tell you the exact reason why I made this decision in the first place. This is why. This is the exact reason why. Shout out to Collingswood Wrestling, Coach Moody. This is why. The exact reason why. This is what I was born for. This is what makes me come alive. This is how I make a difference and make my mark on the world. I left the post office to pursue my dream in my heart. Thank you, Danielle. I love you. Thank you for letting me do this. I wouldn't have done it unless you let me. We got Trey in the house. So many people are affected by you making the decision to follow your heart and not let the voices around you drown you out. No excuses.